What if I told you there has never been a time where two brothers have matched up in the Super Bowl? Travis and Jason Kelce are making history as the first brothers to go head-to-head in a Super Bowl. There has been history of some dynamic brothers in the NFL, like the Manning brothers and JJ, Derek, and TJ Watt. Although each family has impacted the game we know and love, the Kelce brothers stand out from the rest. To understand the impact they've had in the NFL, we need to start from the beginning. Kelce and Jason grew up in a small town of Westlake, Ohio. As kids, they always competed with each other as brothers do. You would think they came from a long line of athletes, but their dad, Ed Kelce, was a respectable sales representative for a steel company. The Kelce brothers had humble beginnings but excelled in all things sports related, and they even played high school football together. And as Jason excelled in high school football, he committed to the University of Cincinnati. Kelce was still in high school, but wasn't far behind with a 2-year age gap. Kelce followed in his brother's footsteps and walked on to the University of Cincinnati, eventually getting to play in 11 games his freshman year. Kelce was beginning to impress coaches, and people began to think that he could be the next great football player out of Cincinnati. Things were looking hopeful, and he was even getting playing time as a freshman. Kelce was suspended for his entire sophomore season for failing a drug test. I don't think there's much that needs to be said about this. Looking a little into the future, after he got drafted by the Chiefs, he addressed the suspicion by stating it was a one-time thing. I haven't touched it since. I'm a clean-cut guy, and I'm going to give the organization everything I can. Now, Travis was back his junior year. Kelce's production increased when he got moved to tight end, but only had 13 passes for 150 yards. Not the stats you would expect from a future NFL Pro Bowler. As Kelce learned and developed, his production shot up. He caught 45 receptions for 722 yards and 8 touchdowns his senior year. After displaying a high level of production in his final year of Cincinnati, he became one of the top NFL prospects for his position. It's easy to say that Travis had an outstanding career in the NFL since he got drafted in the 3rd round of the 2013 NFL Draft to the Kansas City Chiefs. He continued to develop over the next several years, helping the Chiefs reach the playoffs in 6 of his 8 seasons. And let's not forget his Super Bowl championship in 2020. As for Jason, what was he up to at this point? He had already been drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles as a center in 2011. He became the first rookie center to start all 16 games for the Eagles. After just a few years, he was graded the best center in the NFL. So it's safe to say Jason was setting the standard for what was to come for the future tight end of the Kansas City Chiefs. This success early on in their careers hasn't always been smooth sailing. Their combined success created issues for their parents, like not knowing who to root for when they face off against each other. Imagine having 2 kids playing against each other in the NFL. That has got to be surreal. It didn't seem to faze their mother though, when in 2022, she had a post go viral for traveling 1,300 miles in one day just to see both her sons play. Now that's love. Jason also inspired Kelce to wear number 87, believe it or not. Stating in an interview after the game, he said, "If there's a Kelce legacy, 2 brothers making it into the NFL, it all started in 1987. The year Jason was born." The love that the Kelce brothers share for each other is immeasurable. Travis, the record-breaking tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Jason, the fan-favorite center of the Philadelphia Eagles, are finally going to make their dreams come true in Super Bowl 57. It'll be interesting to see how this matchup unfolds. And of course, there's been a lot of talented sibling duos in the NFL over the years. We can't forget Peyton and Eli Manning, and Rondi and Tiki Barber. However, there aren't yet 2 brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And if Peyton isn't joined by Eli really soon, another duo might have a chance to be the first. Travis and Jason.
It's amusing to me seeing him run around.
There's not a more athletic center than I've seen in football than Kelce. This guy is unbelievable.
I'm mesmerized by a lot of the things he does. It's pretty incredible.
Kelce with an incredible grab. Kelce with big play